Welcome to 5 Minute Pitch. I'm your host, Liz Saunders. 5 Minute Pitch is the competition that gives entrepreneurs from around the globe the opportunity to virtually pitch their business or product idea for the chance to win a grand prize of $50,000. This season, more than 30 entrepreneurs will pitch their ideas via Zoom conference call to our panel of 5 experts for the chance to advance to the finals and pitch to the judges live in Miami, Florida. Our panel of expert judges includes Greg Mercer, Steve Chu, Mike Jackness, and Scott Foker, all 7- and 8-figure e-commerce sellers who have run and sold multiple successful businesses. Today we are joined by guest judge Drew Sunaki. Drew runs Empire Growth Group, a hybrid consulting agency, services provider, and investment vehicle, and is currently the CEO at AutoAnything.com, a 9-figure auto accessories retailer. Today we meet Jodie Davis, founder of American Cuckoo Clock. Initially a quilter enthusiast, TV host, and author, Jodie began her career into cuckoo clocks in 2006 with a visit to one of the most renowned cuckoo clock makers in Germany. Since that time, Jodie has created a successful business from the ground up, making beautiful and timeless cuckoo clocks that her customers love.
I am super duper excited. These 4 guys, they're in a position to give some amazing feedback to me that I might not even have thought of. The only thing I'm concerned about is hitting that 5 minutes.
This is 5 Minute Pitch.
Jodie, welcome to the 5 Minute Pitch. Your pitch starts now.
Hi, my name is Jodie Davis, and my business is the American Cuckoo Clock Company. You know, invariably when I say cuckoo clock, a person will say, oh, you know, when I was a kid, we had one and I just loved it. But where is that cuckoo clock? And then, of course, they go searching for one to continue on the tradition. But they find, you know, those wood choppers don't fit in my house. And the clocks don't reflect my passions or my interests until they say, I found yours. It all started in 2006 when a show I was hosting for quilters was sent to Europe. And I said, well, you know, while we're here, we might as well do an extra episode. And since I love cuckoo clocks, I got us into a cuckoo clock factory.
Jodie used the time at the Cuckoo Clock Factory to commission a quilter-centric clock for her collection. Many people loved that clock and wanted her to import more so that they could have one of their own. So Jodie ran a successful Kickstarter campaign selling the Cuckoo Clock, which gave her the idea that this could potentially be a profitable business. This led Jodie to create more clock designs and send them to the original manufacturer for production. The manufacturer liked the designs and invited Jodie back to Germany to meet with them to discuss her line of creations in order to produce and sell them overseas.
I went back to the factory and we worked out 5 designs that were to come out in 2017. So you can imagine I was just over the moon. I had them placed in catalogs. It was just fantastic. So the problem is that it took 2 years and 36 days to get that clock, which arrived at the very end of 2017, just in time for the last catalog. I was gluing parts on because they were missing clock parts as I was sending them out the door. So I realized that in order to have control over my own product, there was only one thing to do, and that was to rebrand from the Cuckoo Clock designer to the American Cuckoo Clock Company and create my own product. So I had to teach myself everything from woodworking and tooling up. I bought a CNC machine so I can make my own prototypes start to finish, including the clockworks. Then I found a CNC guy to do my cases and a laser guy to cut parts, and I have people hand painting. And so I'm making them in America traditionally with the Black Forest parts. And I even use technology. I 3D scan and print in wood so I can even make all the little figures. I mean, I am now a producer of cuckoo clocks in the United States. It's just so cool. Here on my farm, just like they started there.
Wow, Jodie took control and basically created her own factory to make her cuckoo clocks a reality. So what would she do with the $50,000?
The way I see it, you know, having the clocks in magazines and catalogs and I'm in Wildbirds Unlimited is cool. But this is a long sales cycle. This isn't a $24 item. It's a $700 item. I mean, most people can't buy, just say, oh, I want that and buy it. So I want to bring the customer to me and then bring them along. I want to up my game, get way better videos, way better photography, and then bring people in and do my autoresponders and everything that I keep them up to date on the growth of the business. And then 2 years from now, when they are ready to buy a clock, because they see that fishing clock and that's their passion and interest, they know me, they buy with confidence. So also this will help me to scale, to bring in
Jodie, we have to cut you off because the 5 minutes is over.
We'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsor.
If you truly want to grow your e-commerce business, it will only happen in one way, by building real, quality customer relationships. Now, I've been a loyal Klaviyo customer for over 3 years now, and Klaviyo is a tool that I use to create lifelong customers with my e-commerce store. Now, because Klaviyo tracks all customer behavior, I can easily leverage this data to deliver personalized marketing messages as if I'm speaking to the customer one-on-one. Now, Klaviyo is the one tool that I cannot live without, and it is for this reason that over 10,000 brands have switched over to Klaviyo. So head on over to klaviyo.com to sign up for free.
Jodie has a great product she's brought to the table today. Let's see what the judges want to know more about.
Was that a Sesame Street cuckoo clock I saw?
Carol Spinney, he was retiring since 1969. He was the puppeteer for Big Bird and Oscar. I made him his going away present.
Got it, okay.
Wow. It was just a cool thing. I got a huge commission. It was really cool. But I did the whole thing from start to finish, which is just so neat.
As the American Cuckoo Clock company, this thing that you've kind of reinvented yourself as, how many clocks have you sold since you started at the end of 2017?
About 870. And actually, it's since 2016.
Okay.
Are you seeing success in certain communities? You said quilting used to be a big one.
Right, because today? I'm well ensconced in quilting. I've written 33 books in quilting. I mean, I'm a big show host and everything. So that's where I started, and I proved the model that these enthusiasts just love them.
How long does it take you to do a clock, or to create one start to finish? Not like are you manufacturing each one now by hand yourself, or are you?
No. So like I said, I got a CNC guy. He makes the cases that they're built on. And then I've got a guy doing parts. So we are doing the assembly here. I've got people painting.
Right, but they are handmade, and you are creating each one start to finish. So you can't just let's do 20 of that style and 20 of that style.
Oh, but I do.
Oh, you do?
No, I do them in batches. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you do them in batches. Okay.
Yeah.
Have your costs gone dramatically down since you started making them yourself? And what do your margins look like?
I go along with the way the cuckoo clock industry does it. So I take my cost, I add myself, after overhead, I add my 25% profit for myself. So I think my costs are probably, from what I can tell so far, are about the same as to get them made in Germany.
Jodie can be found in the Keepsake Quilting catalog on Facebook, Amazon, and she also trades out hosting on quilting shows for advertising in order to attract customers to her business. To her surprise, Jodie does have some repeat customers. Some have even purchased every model of her clock.
These are just people who are cuckoo for cuckoo clocks.
Yeah. Right. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's not. So scaling this, how do you scale it? Because you can maybe get more customers, but can you fulfill the orders? Would be my next question.
Yeah, and that's what the money would really help me with, because I can get some more help to do more of the assembly and to free me up doing. I'm the clockmaker, and so I can do more of that and more of the designing rather than having to do a lot of the day-to-day grunt work.
Given your repeat customer rate is low, do you need to be churning out new designs, or can you just focus on your winners and be really efficient at making those?
I figure that for 2018 to 2019, I probably need about 6 designs. That's what I'm going for. And I have my 3 that I already had from Germany, and then I have 3 that one is done, and the other 2 are it's just the last tweaks.
Jodie has designed her American-made clocks in such a way that they can be quickly adapted to another cuckoo clock without a major redesign. This allows her to have more new products with a better turnaround time. She loves her business and has this to say.
It's just so funny the way the world works. You go in a direction and it takes you somewhere else, and you just have to have faith that, hey, it's going to be all right.
That doesn't happen, does it?
No, I know.
It's never happened to me.
And then the clocks are getting me back to my dream is to be on Sesame Street with Ernie, and my clocks have gotten me back to Sesame Street.
That's
that
awesome.
girl called me out of nowhere for the commission, so it's oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
I wasn't 100% clear. So can you break down the sales channels? How many are you selling through Amazon, through your own website, through catalog sales? Where are the sales coming from?
probably about a little more than 50% with the catalog. And then Amazon and eBay are negligible. They're just a handful.
Where's the other 50% then?
That's direct.
Okay, but people coming to your website.
Yep.
As we were sitting here talking, we pulled up Google Trends, which shows you like the search volume and interest in a particular term over time. And one of the things I would be concerned about here is it looks like the interest in it's kind of waning over time. Is that something that you're concerned about, or do you think that you can continue to carve out a pretty good niche there?
Oh, I'm not concerned at all.
Jodie is not concerned due to the number of sales she still receives from her quilt shop clock after all these years, and from the fact that part manufacturers are completely out of stock and can't keep up with demand.
In your dreams, Jodie, what would this business turn into?
Oh, you really want to know?
Yeah, I want to know. Give it to me raw.
Okay, think a Disney-esque experience. And what I see is this: you walk into this big, huge cuckoo clock and the kids can play with the bellows, and there's a museum, and it's actually the factory. And then there's all my clocks. That's sort of
kind of like Willy Wonka for cuckoo clocks.
Willy
Wonka for the cuckoo clocks. I love it.
Say that.
And I don't see that as like a big moneymaker so much, but it's this amazing thing. It's the magic. Cuckoo clocks are magic. They make people happy. And that would be just an amazing place.
Awesome.
Thank you very much,
Thanks
Jodie.
a lot, Jodie.
We got to wrap this
Great
up.
presentation.
Great presentation. Love your
Great
enthusiasm.
job.
After the pitch, I caught up with Jodie to see how she feels about her presentation.
It was fantastic. It was so fun to talk with the guys. And I mean, what a great experience. You know, I have a lot of TV experience, but still, I have to say I was a little bit nervous because it's my opportunity to pitch my business. And gosh, I've got everything in it. So that was really fun.
The judges love Jodie and her product, but is it enough to move her on to the deliberation round, or is she out of time?
I just really loved this lady. I loved her enthusiasm. I loved her story. She's really into her clocks. I like how she started out, sourcing wholesale, and then she decided to, hey, maybe I can make one of these things. And then she started from the ground up, created her own factory, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, just the whole journey really appealed to me.
She had started in 2006, so it was like, it's 12 years ago.
Exactly, yeah. And just the passion really got to me. What do you think?
Yeah, I think when you invest in a business, you look for that entrepreneur who's going to not take no for an answer and just run through a wall for their business. And that's what I got from her. So that was great. I think two things that would really explode the growth of the business are probably figuring out licensing and distribution. Like, how does she get clocks in front of, the Sesame Street clock? Like, if that's in every Sesame Street store or a Disney equivalent, or like, how does she do that? I don't think she has that on staff. So that's a concern, but I really liked her enthusiasm, and I kind of got the sense that she'll figure it out.
Yeah, I definitely think she'll figure it out. And I just loved when Greg, I think, asked her, like, what is your dream, like, to do this? And she was like, she lit up, and it was like, and I thought of Willy Wonka, and I took that because you were thinking it. So So it was like, and that's exactly what I thought. And I could see what she was saying, and I seen how excited she got with it. So she truly does have a passion for it, and every piece she really does want to put her stamp on it. She has some good ideas on how to streamline it and stuff. I loved her. And cuckoo clocks. Like, seriously, right? Like, yeah, I really like Jodie.
Yeah, I mean, on the good side, obviously, I mean, great entrepreneur, great story, lots of passion, incredibly talented. I mean, just like the workmanship, you can see just the detail that's going on. I love that it's defensible. I mean, you're not going to go on Alibaba and find like a cuckoo clock that's that sophisticated. There's a good margin there because of that. I like that it's made in the United States, which is cool. The things that I was concerned about, there's only like a couple of SKUs right now. One thing that, it's just so it's kind of like in that sales weren't like blown out of the water. So I think that there's still kind of a little bit to see what's going to happen there. I'm definitely concerned with the downward trend of just people are searching for cuckoo clocks. They're probably less and less in demand. I think that it's a generational thing where, my grandparents probably were more into that stuff. So, unfortunately, probably that population is shrinking, but those are my thoughts.
I think you guys have covered this one pretty well, right? It's so passionate. I love that she's the crafter, the creator, but also cutting edge with it, ordering her own CNC machines and 3D scanning, handcrafted owls to then further be able to print them. All that was pretty impressed. She's gonna have to be able to figure out her marketing though to really grow this into a sizable business though, right? Her marketing, her distribution. Those are the hurdles in front of her. But like Drew said, this is like the type of person that I would like to bet on.
Typically when you're more of the creative mind, the marketing is a little bit harder. So it could be a struggle.
Yeah, I think she could figure it out though. I really do. Let's put it to a vote.
Let's vote. I mean, for me, it's a definite yes. I agree with the things that you guys brought up, but this woman's the type of person who's just not going to give up. She's going to figure it out. She started a freaking factory.
I know. She went to Germany.
She went to Germany.
Yeah. So you vote yes. I vote
yes.
yes.
I'm a yes.
Yeah, I'm 100% yes.
Makes 5 yeses.
All right, you're a 5 yeser. Awesome. Congratulations. See you in the next round.
Congratulations, Jodie. You're moving on to the deliberation round. Next time on 5-Minute Pitch.
Parents can relate to how frustrating it can be while drying children off after bath or pool time. One kid wants 2 towels, the other runs off in a birthday suit without one. I'm Angela Myers and I have 6 kids. They were the inspiration behind my product, the original My Buddy towel. It's the only towel and onesie in one.
Do you know what it costs you to acquire a customer?
Not really.
You know, I like the story. I like the product. I think it's a great idea.